And so, do I buy presents for him or for her? I've got work, I don't know what to do. That is the situation many people are experiencing now. It's about holidays time. And this is the time people think about the Christmas list and who they have or have not got presents for. And it can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. This is Duni from Draw Academy. And today I'm going to talk about how you can look at your engagement with others, either family or friends, especially as you prepare for the holidays. There are many people who have gone through difficult situations due to a loss and are grieving, but they do have a very strong feeling in their heart that they just have to keep going on. While that is great, and it's good for you to focus and keep moving forward, you need to remember that you can only give when you are filled yourself. If you have a glass of water and you're drinking from that glass, a time comes when that glass becomes empty. If, however, you have got a jug or a tap that produces the water you can use to refill your glass, you know that you can keep yourself hydrated. And that is the way we feel sometimes. We feel like that glass filled with water. Some people start that way at the beginning of the day in the morning, and their energy levels are up. And by mid-morning or even afternoon, they are depleted. They feel broken and they feel they can't go forward. What if I could tell you that there are many ways that you can refill that glass cup, refill your energy levels, refill your enthusiasm, refill the peace within yourself? And these are doing simple things that wouldn't take so much time on a consistent basis. So, in as much as we are preparing for, say, the holiday periods, or we're preparing for a major event, there are some things you can do to replenish your levels of energy and peace and well-being. Number one, take regular breaks. What do I mean by that? When people are busy, they feel there's no time to rest. But that's the best time and the most important time to actually rest. When you are working on a task, some people use the Pomodoro, like a timer, where they set 25 minutes to work actively on a project, and then tune off for 5 minutes to rest or relax or do some other activity that is less tasking. That's one method. Another method will be you knowing how much it takes you to concentrate on a task, and then having a break. Some people it's not 25 minutes, some people it's 20, and some people they can go for a bit longer, but as long as you're focused on that task. The next thing is, when you go on a break, make sure you are moving on the break. What do I mean? When you're moving on a break, is either you go from your desk to the water cooler, get some water, hydrate. Some people do a bit of a stretch. Some people do jumping jacks. Some people just do a bit of a turnaround and do maybe a jogging on the spot for a few minutes, maybe even 1 minute, and just do something entirely different from your task. So that's the importance of taking regular breaks. The other thing you can do is to set clear boundaries. What do I mean by setting clear boundaries? Now, the boundaries are to help you in managing your space. Not just your physical space, but yes, you do need to set boundaries in your physical space, but you also need to set boundaries in your emotional space. We have found that the energy that I have is generated from within me. However, it flows into the people, the environment, the things that I'm doing. And so if I've got a level of energy at the beginning of the day, like that full glass cup, as I'm pouring it out and not replacing it, I feel depleted. There are some times when other people bring a sign, a type of energy that makes you feel drained, that makes you feel depleted. And there are some people that when you see them, the energy levels just rise within you. You just feel energized, you feel moved, you feel that you can conquer anything. Setting the boundaries are to get rid of the proximity, to get that gap between you and the people or the things that drain your energy, to increase that gap between you and those things, to prevent those things from having easy access to you. One important thing will be, say, excess alcohol or using street drugs. If you know that using these things are going to be detrimental to you, you set clear boundaries so that you do not get access to them and they do not get access to you. So if you've got a friend who probably offers you these things as a way of coping with grief or stress, setting a boundary to make sure that the easy access is cut short is very important. Apart from the emotional and the physical boundaries, you need to also set mental boundaries. And by setting mental boundaries, you need to look at things that you read, things that you listen to, because you have got your ears, your eyes, and other ways of connecting to your environment. All these things bring in information that are being processed in your mind. When you have this information coming and it's positive, it keeps your mind moving in that line of thoughts because your mind processes what it's exposed to, either consciously or subconsciously. So feeding your mind with the things that nourish it and setting boundaries for the things that do not do good to the growth of your mind is very important. Recently, many have found that listening to the news consistently, persistently for long hours can be draining. If that is you, make sure that you get the vital information you require. I mean, we do not want you to be ignorant of what's happening in your environment. However, if you know that listening to the news depletes you, then it's something you need to set a clear boundary for, where you say, okay, I listen to the news at the top of the hour, say 12 noon. I listen for 10 minutes to get the full grasp, or I go to a place where they have all the top stories that are important to my growth, to my environment, and to my family or my business, and let go of the rest. That's a good way of setting boundaries to protect your mental well-being. Another thing you can do is to make sure that you're connected to yourself. And what do I mean by that? When you're connected to yourself, you talk about you knowing how you feel, why you feel the way you feel, and knowing what you can do to make that feeling, if it's good, to be better, or if it's not so good, to become good. How do you do that? It's by paying attention. We are in a world where we have noise left, right, and center. We have stimuli left, right, and center. And sometimes we feel pulled into so many things. The way to get into connection with all aspects of your being is to stop, take a breath, have some period of silence or calm. It doesn't take long. 5 minutes twice a day is a period whereby it's your time to just be with yourself. These are things you can do to get in connection with you. As you get used to it, you prolong the time and it becomes something that is consciously growing. And that builds the relationship you have with yourself. Because if you don't build the relationship you have with yourself, it's difficult to grow that relationship with other people. So staying connected to yourself, knowing how to help yourself to feel better, knowing when you need to withdraw, knowing when you need to push forward, knowing when you need to rest, knowing when you need to move ahead is very critical to your well-being, to my well-being, and for the well-being of society. Also, you need to connect with other people. No man is an island. What you know may benefit me, and what I know may benefit you. You may be an expert in something that would make me, that would help me from a difficult situation, and vice versa. And for that reason, it's important that we connect with each other. Also, our shared experiences help each other to move ahead and to move forward. Man has never been a being to be isolated. Over the many years of the existence of man, he has always craved society, community, being bonded, looking for people you have common things with. People bind themselves together in families. Some people go ahead and say, oh, we are from the same tribe. Okay, we are from the same country. Oh, we're from the same area. We speak the same language. We go to the same religious congregation. Human beings love connection. Make that connection with a positive peer group. Make that connection with people who build you up. That is one thing you can do to ensure your growth. And when you do get yourself in that kind of environment, make sure you're contributing. Put in positivity, the positive energy that you're generating, the words of wisdom, the words of encouragement, the words of appreciation to each and everybody you come across in your community. These are ways by which you can take care of you, especially at this difficult time, and radiate that care and love to each and every one of us. So whether grief is keeping you down, whether loss is making you feel overwhelmed, whether there are things, factors in the environment or in the community that are causing you to feel subdued, there are things you can do. And all these things just take a little bit of your time. So try them today. Make sure that you put at least one of these things into action. And when you do and see the effects it has on your life, on your well-being, on your energy levels, share it with someone. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you were able to get some tips on how to enhance your well being, even when you're grieving, even when you're busy, and even when you're going through a difficult time. This is Duni from Drew Academy, and I wish you all very well. Until next time, when we see again, do stay well and take care. Bye.